That was like amazing storytelling. Selamat datang. Welcome, everybody. Happy Independence Day to Indonesia. Welcome to the Ultimate World Music and Psychology channel, where we go on rides along the world, around the world, and explore the beauty that we can find in music and in different cultures. I'm honored that you're here. Lots ahead of us. I want to check out Wonderland Indonesia Part 2. I listened to the first one recently, and it was absolutely mind-blown. So I want to check out the next one. It came out 11 months ago, 15 million views. This is Wonderland Indonesia Part 2. If you haven't seen Part 1 yet, make sure to check that out. And then I believe I was told that Part 3 will be coming out in honor of Indonesia's Independence Day. So as soon as that's ready, I'm going to work on that for you. So stay tuned for what's ahead. But without further ado, let's just dive straight in. Make sure to subscribe. I'm honored that you're here. Let's go. This is called Wonderland Indonesia Part 2, The Sacred Nusantara. Nusantara. Initiated by Alfire. This is going to be so magical again. Let me pause just for a moment. This was inspired by taking inspiration from the piece of Nusantara, which is called the Sacred Nusantara. And that is from the Indonesian archipelago. And an archipelago, if I'm saying it correctly, is the area that contains a chain or group of islands scattered in lakes, rivers, or the ocean. So that's just a little side note, what inspired this. But let's keep listening. It's like a movie. This is crazy. Wow, so sci-fi and mystical, but inspired by these traditions and tribes and ancient references.
Tahta indah terukir prasasti, tata krama terlukis abadi. Di tanah ini kita terlahir, langit memanggilnya tanah Nusantara.
These videos are crazy. They're like movies.
Once upon a time, there was a princess who lived in a beautiful land, which everything in it lived peacefully. She spent all her time in the depth of a forest with her 8 little friends. There was a hidden secret place, so magical and dangerous at the same time. This is the story where the culture had start. And now, let me take you on a journey. So welcome to Wonderland Indonesia, the sacred Nusantara.
Before we dive in, because I think it's about to go EDM a little bit, there are similarities here when it comes to the powerful music score that is like a movie, the cinematography, the drama, the art here that make me think I could be wrong, but I feel like many of you, even those of you who are like, say, are metalheads, and or those of you who are rap and hip hop artists who love seeing that red thread, say with NF's work, or those of you who are Nightwish fans and who love the work of Nightwish and what Tuomas Holopainen does with his poetic lyrics and his compositions and scores, as well as people like Arjen Lucassen, right? I'm seeing these similarities when it comes to the art and the composition and the mastery, but it's powerful because there's so many elements here, most that I won't be able to pick up on because I'm not familiar with Indonesian culture as much. But I'm seeing here, and it's mentioned in the description, that there is diversity and wonders depicted. It's a dedication as children of the nation in the hope of reviving love for the motherland, Indonesia. And this was put out to celebrate the 77th anniversary. But just these elements from the painting and that neon fluorescent green is showing up, that also showed up in part 1 in her eyes, now on the cheek, the caves, the landscapes, this beautiful blend of nature as well as the people, her foot touching the earth, right? The motherland, right? There's this intimate, raw, beautiful, naked connection between a barefoot touching the earth. It's very special. You know what I mean? There's no shoe in between that blocks you from fully experiencing that connection with the earth, with what is life-giving to us, what sustains us and gives us oxygen and sustenance to live. So an appreciation for the land, but also the people, the culture, elements. It's a very masterful way to honor such a beautiful country. Blah. Let's keep going. I think we're entering the cave, and I think it's about to take off. Definitely elements of... Oh, snap. The tribal and the modern. This is awesome. Oh, the harmonies here. Okay, stop. Oh my goodness. So you let me know in the comments for part 1 how the lady was wearing different attires and changing all her attires to honor the different tribes and traditions in Indonesia, because Indonesia is a beautiful land consistent of so many different cultures, tribes, languages. So there was a nod to these different tribes. I think, is this correct, that this is happening here too? For one, the music score is changing up. We're going from more to traditional to the EDM, back to more of the melodic and elements of the natural and the ancient instruments and the traditional elements combined with the modern. Hear her singing of, oh, the boy only kissed me. That's what young people do, which is parallel to the mother holding her baby in part 1. Now this child perhaps has grown up to be a teenager, a young adult, saying, oh, mama, I didn't do anything bad, but this is what young people do. Whereas in part 1, it transitioned into a phase of a mother holding her baby, perhaps a reflection on the birth of Indonesia, the beginning stages, now to young Indonesia growing up. It's been independent for 77 years, going on 78 now, if I know correctly. right? We're talking a young country that is now in its youth. So this nod to the young people also, to get younger people to have a pride for their land, getting younger people to say, oh, I can relate to this, right? Because it's the young generation that's going to go, oh, I love this track, EDM, nice, cool. And it's beautifully marrying the old with the new, bridging that divide between our old traditions and what is to come. Beautifully done. Reflecting on various elements from the mystical to, that those temptations of the night and the things our heart longs for, right? That human state that we all can relate to. Wow, let me just keep going. And her eyes, oh my gosh. See? The ancient traditional instruments, the headpiece. Wow. What is this instrument called? Wow. Oh, it's changing up on us. The age of destruction. Oh. Wow. That dragon again that we also saw in part 1. It's like a movie. This is crazy. Is this perhaps a reflection on Indonesia fighting for its independence? Ah, yeah. Praising the heroes of our country. Her voice is beautiful for this. Okay, defending our nation, the young who fell on the flag, right, dying for the nation. So a reflection here of that fire consuming right? Musically, the composition going from EDM to that symphonic metal vibe, in my opinion, to then just hardcore rock, back to now more of a reflective anthem like. So there's parallels here that I see to part one also, which is beautiful, but an honoring of those who fought for Indonesia to be its own. Whoa. Those high notes. Oh, snap. Conquering the beast, the enemy, right? Wow. This is crazy good. Oh, okay.
One day, at another time, a girl will unearth the civilization that has been buried deep for so long.
Wow. 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 The way they just did that. Hold on. I know it's not done, but the way they just went from that reel to the image in the book. Indonesia, their national animal is the Komodo dragon, but the national bird is the Javan hawk eagle, locally known as Ilang Jawa, which was declared Indonesia's national bird and symbol of all the country's rare species in 1993. It's only found on the island of Java, one of the world's least known but most endangered raptors. Wow. And so to go from that, what we also saw, like in that nod to Indonesia and its independence, and the old with the new, the traditional with the modern. That stone, that rock breaking free, coming to life, right? Here, the dragon breaking free, the eagle now flying, right? It's just powerful. What a beautiful nod. Even the gentleman in the band looking up with a level of admiration and awe, right? This pride in your country as a young generation. It's a beautiful thing.
See you on that day.
Oh, wow. Those fictional flying little... Wow, those little... What are they? Wow, that was powerful. That was like amazing storytelling. What started with those little squishmallow like little, I don't know, Tamagotchi vibe fictional characters, I'm sure they represent something that's culturally and traditionally connected to Indonesia. I'm not sure. So let me know in the comments. Excuse me. Let me know in the comments below. But starting with that, now ending with this little girl closing the book and us finding out that the story continues, right? This is amazing. And now looks like the rest of the song is also again like before. Just the score, music score continues, orchestra, an amazing arrangement with credits to all those involved. We're not going to listen to the whole thing, but wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm sure there are so many details I'm missing because I'm not familiar with Indonesia's culture and the elements as much. But those of you who are, comment away. Maybe share a fact or two of what you picked up from the video, what the different symbols mean and colors and elements. From what I've seen from part one so far is that there's many different elements that are a reflection on the vast array of tribes and cultures and languages and people groups even within Indonesia. Absolutely beautiful. I love this. Wow. Isn't it amazing how the beauty of a country and the love of a country and what we have been through in history, but also in present day, can do to connect people and bring them together, especially if we're willing to honor and look at the beauty behind all of it. This is a masterpiece. This is amazing. Oh, it's going to be exciting to see what he does with part 3. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next ride. Ayo!